Time Warner Cable's local edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. We're joined by Jim Clarke. He is a councilman in Culver City, incoming mayor soon. Sir, I want to speak with you. I've known you for a long time about the presidential race this year, if I may. I have never seen anything like this in my life.
Me neither, and I'm older than you.
You are older than me, and I know there's a lot of frustration, angst, anger out there, but there's been that in the past.
Correct.
But we are saying, on the Republican side, a revolution. On the Democratic side, well, Hillary Clinton still looks strong. Democratic voters are angry,
right,
clearly, and they're voicing that through Bernie Sanders. What's going on out there?
Well, yeah, I think there is. I think there's this feeling that neither party was talking to him. The fact that Congress is not able to accomplish everything. It's very easy to, throw stones at the president for not being able to get anything done, and so it generates this anger. But I'm curious as to whether, Trump keeps talking about that he's bringing out a lot of new people that weren't involved in politics before. I'm not sure that's the case. But they're loud.
Right. What's remarkable to me about the Trump phenomenon is that for so many years, the Republicans have been known for ideological purity. And yet Mr. Trump is espousing views that are not necessarily part of that ideological platform. He's, and I'm not commenting one way or the other, but he's selling steaks during press conferences. I mean, it's downright, I don't even, I can't find the word. I'm so flummoxed by it.
I keep thinking of that movie Network where, where he opens up the window, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. And I think there's a lot of people out there that are just feeling that way.
But let me ask you, why is it that the anger on the Republican side, in your mind, seems so more fervent than on the Democratic side? I mean, even Bernie Sanders supporters, they're angry, but it doesn't feel as, it's almost more policy driven, in terms of they feel as if there's a lot of inequality, where on the Republican side, it's not about inequality, it's just about their...
Well, I think for the last 7 years, there's been this feeling about, growing feeling about Obama. That, and so they just, every time they, everything's been Obama's fault.
So then I understand that.
And that's where the anger comes from. The Democrats don't feel that way. I mean, we feel disappointed a lot of times that Obama hasn't gone as far as he could, and why,
And that's where Bernie Sanders comes in.
Right.
So, Bernie Sanders is trying to pull the Democrats to the left.
Right.
But Mr. Trump, I don't know I mean, on some issues you could say he's pulling Republicans to the far right on immigration, on questions of international policy, although his isolationism, is that a left or right position? I don't know.
Right. In some respects, Bernie Sanders and he have agreed on some things. They go so far
on
in
trade,
each direction, that they're actually in agreement with each other. It is very confusing.
What do you think? Let's presume, just for argument's sake, Hillary Clinton's the nominee for the Democrats, Donald Trump for the Republicans. As a statistician, as a political pragmatist, I think, what does this do to down ballot races?
Well, it clearly that becomes, it affects down ballot because there'll be so much interest in just voting on the president and not really caring about.
Is that true?
I think so. But who's really the most nervous is the 5 Republican U.S. senators who are up for election and whether have to run on a ticket with Donald Trump.
And they're in more blue or purple states.
Exactly.
And so, it could impact them. But I just wonder, can we look at voting patterns of the past and apply them?
No.
That, African Americans have been incredibly loyal to Democrats, but yet we see, instead of the Republican getting 5% African American vote, 20% if it's Donald Trump. So who knows?
Yeah, it's going to be very confusing. I see it either one way of being a very large, majority sweep for Hillary, or something that could be incredibly close that we don't even know.
He is Jim Clarke. He's a council member in Culver City. He'll be mayor soon.